From the child's innocent face, to the teen's shifting identity, to the young adult's crafted persona, to the guarded mask of maturity, and finally, the unfiltered truth of age. This is the journey of identity across a lifetime. Every foundation you build stands on a choice. Risk the crack, or live with the regret of never building at all. But here's what the architects of wisdom know. Both paths leave their mark on the blueprint of your soul. You're 7 years old, standing in your grandmother's garden shed, surrounded by towers of old bricks she's been collecting for decades. Each one tells a story, some smooth and perfect, others chipped and weathered. You reach for the broken ones first, drawn to their rough edges, their imperfect beauty. Your small hands stack them high, building castles that topple, bridges that collapse. Each fallen structure teaches you something pure and immediate, the weight of consequence without the burden of permanence. When your tower crumbles, you simply begin again. There's no fear of wasted time, no paralysis of choice, only the instinct to build, to create, to risk the fall for the joy of construction. This is regret in its most innocent form. Fleeting disappointment that dissolves the moment you place the first brick of your next creation. "15, and you're standing at the edge of a half-demolished building in your neighborhood, spray paint can heavy in your palm. The condemned structure looms before you, broken windows like missing teeth, exposed beams jutting out like fractured ribs. Your friends dare you to climb inside, to leave your mark on the crumbling walls. Your heart hammers against your chest like a sledgehammer against concrete. Risk arrest, risk injury, risk the disappointed look in your parents' eyes, or risk being seen as the one who always plays it safe. Kierkegaard knew this moment intimately when he wrote, "Do it or do not do it. You will regret both." You choose safety, you walk away. But as you lie in bed that night, you feel the weight of that unopened paint can, the echo of laughter fading behind you, the architecture of your identity still unfinished, still waiting for you to pick up the tools of courage. "25. Blueprints spread across your apartment floor like promises you're afraid to keep. The startup you've been dreaming about, the business plan you've revised 100 times, the foundation you've designed but never dared to pour. Your savings account, your safety net, sits like a cornerstone you're terrified to disturb. Every entrepreneur you admire built their empire on calculated risks, on foundations that could have crumbled, on structures that defied conventional wisdom. You've analyzed every beam, stress-tested every joint, reinforced every potential weakness. But analysis becomes paralysis. Planning becomes procrastination. The perfect blueprint becomes a monument to your own hesitation. Thoreau understood this architectural agony. The only thing people regret is that they didn't live boldly enough, that they didn't invest enough heart, didn't love enough. Your foundations remain unbuilt, your dreams still trapped in the safety of theoretical blueprints. "42. Standing in the house you finally built, mortgage papers like binding contracts with your own mortality, children's rooms that demand stability, a spouse who depends on your steady income like a building depends on its load-bearing walls. The renovation project sits half-finished in the garage, that creative outlet you started when the weight of responsibility felt crushing. Now every weekend is consumed by maintenance rather than construction, by preserving what you've built rather than expanding your architectural vision. Your younger colleague presents a revolutionary idea in the boardroom. Risky, unconventional, brilliant. You recognize the spark of innovation, the blueprint for something extraordinary. But you've become a structural engineer of the status quo, calculating stress loads and safety margins instead of embracing the beautiful uncertainty of bold construction. You choose the reinforced path, the tested materials, the proven designs. As Publilius Cyrus observed, "I often regret that I have spoken, never that I have been silent." But silence, you realize, can be its own kind of architectural failure. The spaces left unbuilt, the rooms never added to the blueprint of your life. '73. Sitting on the porch of the home you've inhabited for decades, watching the neighborhood transform around you. New constructions rise while old foundations settle deeper into the earth. Your granddaughter shows you photos of her travels, magnificent cathedrals she's explored, ancient ruins she's climbed, modern skyscrapers she's conquered. Each image represents a choice to risk, to venture into unknown architectural spaces, to build memories from the raw materials of courage. In her eyes, you see the reflection of every structure you never entered, every blueprint you never attempted, every foundation you were too afraid to lay. But you also see the solid framework of the life you did build, reliable, enduring, a testament to different kinds of strength. Pasternak wrote of those who wrestled with problems and took risks, marking them with compassion and resilience. You realize now that regret isn't the enemy of a well-built life. It's the mortar between the bricks, the spaces that give structure meaning. The wisdom settles into your bones like concrete finding its final form. A life without regret is a building without windows, perfectly safe and completely lifeless. Here by this fire, the eternal hearth that has witnessed every human structure rise and fall, we understand that the architecture of wisdom isn't about building without risk or living without regret. It's about recognizing that both are the essential materials from which we construct a meaningful existence. Give yourself permission to build imperfectly, to risk the beautiful collapse, to choose the cracked brick that tells a story over the pristine one that tells none. Your life's blueprint doesn't require perfection. It requires the courage to break ground. Now go. Build something worth regretting, or regret something worth building. Either way, you'll have laid a foundation that future generations can build upon. The fire awaits your next architectural decision.